Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to today's live session. I'm very excited for the conversation that we're going to have today because it is finally going to help you take the next step towards your breakthrough. But I want to discuss with you the number one reason why change feels so hard for us. The thing is, all of us want change in our lives, all of us want improvement in our lives, all of us want things to be better than what they currently are, but very few of us are actually able to do it. And that has often been a question on my mind, that even if the steps to success are simple, even if the principles are similar, why is it that some people can succeed and some people cannot? That some people can come from the worst of circumstances and completely turn their life around into a miraculous success story, while others who don't even have it that bad in their lives continue to struggle, continue to choose mediocrity, and continue to suffer in silence because the life that they want is not the life they're living, but they're also not able to move towards it either. We may not recognize it, but as I see this happening in conversations with people around me, as I see the conversations that happen with me in discovery calls with a lot of different people, this is the one truth that I have recognized happening again and again and again. Most of us are stuck in this middle place where we know we want to change, but it feels very hard, so we're not able to make it. But because we're not able to make it, we're not feeling satisfied and happy with where we are. And overall, it's like life feels like a compromise, life feels like a struggle. And I could here tell you a very simple hack to just sit there and close your eyes and take a deep breath and just be grateful for what you have and just keep saying, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. And yes, it will make you happy in the temporary sense. But my question is, permanent joy cannot come from that. Permanent joy comes not in exclusion from life, but in inclusion of life. Here's what I mean by that. When you're just shutting your eyes out and you're repeating an affirmation like, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, you are technically changing, but in a very safe way, because it's not including any of your real life. It's like a time you've taken to practice and perform an exercise. And while that's important, as I say always, affirmations alone do not work. There needs to be a lot of other work to back them up, to really make them stick. And that's why all the activities that feel like change but are just a seclusion or an exclusion from life are not actually change. The real measure of any good change in your life is, can you live your everyday life? Can you do the things you're doing every day and still feel the change and still be that better person? Think about it. The number one reason why do people chase trips? Why do people chase weekend getaways? Why do people chase, an international destination every year? Yes, it's fun. Yes, it's very enjoyable. Yes, it gives you new pictures and new ideas and new everything in your life. But my question is simple. How long does that happiness from the vacation last? How long does the joy from that vacation last? How long do the positive changes from that vacation last? Maybe a week, max to max a month. Like, I would say, find me just one person who's been so happy after a vacation that they took, that after changing nothing else in their lives, just by taking that vacation, they're happy for the next 5 years as well. I know you cannot find such an example. That is why the kind of change I'm talking about here is not that kind of a quick external change. If it were, I would have just given it to you in 5 minutes, shut this conversation out. But I want to go deeper with you. I want to help you realize a change that happens from the lens of inclusion of life, where rather than having an environment where you're away from life and you're living it, you are in your everyday life and you are a changed person. You are in the same cycles of stress and overwhelm in your job every day, and yet you have better control over yourself as a person, because of which you're able to create more and more and more success, joy, happiness, and whatnot, regardless of the current circumstances that you're going through. That is my measure of a change that lasts. The one that can meet you where you are at life, rather than the one you find only when you escape the life you currently have. So if you're ready for the deeper change and you're ready to make it on a real level, stick through with this conversation, because this is going to open a lot of doors for you and give you clarity on exactly why, despite saying so much that we want to change, we are still not able to. It's like this. So, like for example, I have my journal here. It's a journal with a padded lock. I just love to have that. But now think about it. Let's say I want to open this journal, okay? What do you think is the way to open this journal? The normal way that we can try is, I'm pulling it apart, I'm pulling it apart, I'm trying my best to open the notebook. I'm trying my best, I'm trying my best, I'm trying even harder. But is this hard work and this force doing anything? No, it's not. Why? Because there's this lock there that's blocking it, right? This lock that's preventing it from opening up. Now, here, the lock is for any reason you may think, right? Maybe because I just want to keep some things private that I don't want anyone else to read. So I have a journal with a lock with a password that only I know. Now, that's the reason for the lock here. This is a metaphor for the way we are changing in our lives and for the way we actually chase our goals in our lives. This lock right here, this trap, this is the barriers that we hold on to subconsciously. This is our inner resistance. This is the idea that maybe I cannot do it, and all of the crazy things going on in your head where you're trying. You're saying, I really want to change, I really want to change, I really want to change. You're pulling, you're pulling, you're pulling, you're pulling, you're pulling, and yet it's not happening because the lock is blocking you. The lock is what's making the change feel hard. Now, before I tell you what the lock exactly is, I want to show you how simple it can be to really open things up and to really open up life to you. For example, I already have my diary password pre-filled in here. So if I just click this button, the lock opens. And now, without force, the notebook opens. And because the notebook opens without force, what's the amazing thing that happens? I can close it, I can open it, I can close it, I can open it. But right now, there's no lock that's blocking it from changing. There's no lock that's blocking it from opening. And although this may seem like a very trivial example that I've given you, honestly, deciding to change your life and truly making it happen, even when it feels hard, is as easy as just clicking this button, opening up the lock. All it takes is one single decision to never look back again, to never look back at what you don't want, and to only look forward at what you do want. And the biggest lock there that stops you, that prevents you from making that kind of a quantum shift and a jump that can make you the best version of yourself is simple, and that is your comfort with your past. That's it. It's not that people don't want to change, it's that people are way too okay with her familiar hell, because an unfamiliar heaven feels hard. It feels challenging. It feels difficult. I'm suffering here, but at least I know the suffering now. Well, what about the breakthrough? What about the opening? What about the life you always say you want, but the life you're not creating? Because every single day you do that is a day you're betraying yourself, not anybody else, just yourself. Because you keep promising yourself, this will open, this will change, this will open, this will change, and yet every single day you are living the same and you are betraying yourself. You are breaking your own trust. My only question is the past really that comfortable that you're sticking to it with so much certainty and so much desire and so much, you know, attachment that, oh my God, I cannot live without my past? Well, how are you living now? You're not living in your past, you're living in your present. The past has nothing to do with this moment and nothing to do with the future as well. But if in this moment you are living in the past, and you're living all those thoughts and blames and complaints and habits and familiarities and whatever else it may be, but the fact that it is disempowering is enough for you to change. But if you're staying there in that past, in your present you stay locked up. You cannot have the energy to create something new. So your present is a repeat of your past, and because your future is defined by the actions you are taking today, your future is also ending up to be a repeat of your past. It is the same story all throughout life that then goes on for you and becomes a problem where you're putting in a lot of efforts, no doubt about it, where your intentions are also right, no doubt about it, and yet you're struggling, and yet you are not able to change, and you are not able to create the life that you want. The key, my friends, is just like this: to open up the lock and to let go of the shackles, the lock of your fears, your insecurities, and your doubts about your own self. Literally, nothing else is what bothers you. The more you're stuck up in your own head about yourself, the harder it will be to change. The more you are worried about what people in the past will think of you, the harder it will be to change. The more you're worried that I'm not so sure what the future holds for me, the more you will be afraid of change, and the more you will not be able to. Like, for example, when I started these YouTube live sessions, it was quite a big change for me because I was not used to doing social media sessions live every single day at the exact same time with no definite end to the project. I'm a perfectionist kind of planner sometimes. I'm like, I don't know if this is a pretty good idea. I started doubting it. In fact, in the initial session, I recognized that I showed up with a sense of resistance rather than a sense of love, joy, acceptance, and appreciation. And yet, now that I see, when I consciously choose to change my thinking and I became more open to the change that's happening, I realized, you know what, it's not that hard to show up at 8:30 p.m. every single day for just 15 minutes. You're anyways doing it. You're doing it on with your people, you're doing it with the videos that you record. The only difference is you're going to be live here. It's going to be much quicker as well. And every day sometimes felt like a huge commitment to me. Would I be able to stick through it? Would I be able to follow it? But again, I aligned my energy and I said, you know what, this is possible. We can make it happen. Earlier, every single one of the projects that I took, which involved a public forum where I could be judged and it involved consistency, I failed at that. I'm proud to say we're at the 71st session. My energy is still the same. We started in February, we're in the middle of May. More than 3 months already. No matter what happens, I've shown up here live Monday to Friday. And does it feel hard for me? Does it feel like a sacrifice? No. Why? Because my mind has become attuned to the change, and my mind is ready for the fact that if I'm taking my time to do something at 8:30 p.m. every single day, then at that time I cannot do anything else. And it's a very tiny change that I made, but the difference that has happened is because I made that change and I saw the benefits of it, my channel crossed 1,000 subscribers, my business grew, I got more practice to have conversations with people, to show up live and speak impromptu, and I was able to add so much value to people's life that now I love doing this even more. And I'm showing up with more energy, more clarity, and more assertiveness on what you can do to live your dream life. And so, today, my question is simple. What about the comforts of the past is keeping you stuck and locked up to the change you know you want to make? What about the familiarity of your current mediocrity is so fascinating that you cannot risk it for the joy and the extraordinary success that will come to you? What is that bigger fear of failure because of which you're afraid to change and not actually make that growth happen? Because if you try, you will anyways end up failing. So why take the blame, right? A lot of us have that thinking as well, by the way, where we don't want the blame of our actions and our careers and our lives and our relationships and whatnot. But again, who is the controller? You. Who is the one who's living the life? You. Who is the one you're going to sleep with every single night for the rest of your life? It is you. So if you can build that self honesty, and if you can have those conversations with yourself, and if you can lead yourself, and if you can make yourself comfortable with changes that you know are the better ones for your life, you will be unstoppable because you will know exactly what to do, exactly what to change. It all boils down to understanding, acceptance, and a willingness to learn, a willingness to fail. The moment that's there, you're able to tap into the best of the change that's coming up for you. And even if it's a hard one, even if it feels like a curse rather than a change or a blessing, your life will turn around in such a beautiful way that you will see the magic happening no matter what. And I want you to step into that magic. I want you to create that magic within for yourself. The very first step is today. Are you willing to open the lock, truly discover what's this one thing, this one lock, these comforts about the past that have been holding you back, and declare to yourself, I'm done. I'm ready for my better life. I'm ready for my growth. And that decision itself is enough to propel you into the direction for change. Keep showing up for the rest of the week. Keep showing up for these lives. And I'll make sure that path to change and success becomes even easier for you. And I'll see you tomorrow once again at the same time, that is 8:30 p.m. IST, for another wonderful session that helps you take your actions to the next level and helps you take your life to the next level. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you tomorrow at the same time. Bye.